Coming up today on Whitt from Whitt Radio.
The industry is about you and how you create it.
My guest, ZACK TREMBLAY, is changing the entertainment game while building his brand of multimedia content.
Tremblay Media is my company, and we're building it from the ground up.
Plus,
and so there's a reason why I love to sing.
Singer-songwriter LACEY CANFIELD shares her soulful sound and talks about her path to Music City.
Could have gone to school, came down to Nashville instead.
All that in a little Whitt Chat with my friend MICHAEL LINN WHITE.
This is everything.
Whitt from Whitt Radio starts right now. Hey everyone, it's Whit. Thanks so much for listening to Whitt from Whitt Radio, where entertainment meets enrichment. Today's show is episode 109, and it's going out on March 14th, 2018. And this is one of my favorite episodes of the show so far. I've got two guest interviews coming up with ZACK TREMBLAY and LACEY CANFIELD. My friend MICHAEL Linn will be joining me for a round of Whitt Chat today. And, you know, she's a little extra, but the good kind of extra, and she takes that as a compliment. You're gonna love her. We'll be talking about some fun topics like FOMO and memes. So yeah, stick around for that. And in the meantime, let's get started. Well, he's the man behind Tremblay Media, a company of digital platforms that provides an audience with online content featuring prominent artists and entertainers. As a digital media developer, my next guest, ZACK TREMBLAY, has produced his own brand of work ranging in medium from audio to video to print. ZACK has interviewed stars like Martina McBride and notable names from American Idol, and he's proof that in modern times, you don't need Hollywood to call to make your dreams a reality. I'm so excited to welcome to the show ZACK TREMBLAY. Hey ZACK, how's it going?
What's up, Whit? Wow, that was really sweet. Thank you.
Do you like that? Yeah?
I did like that.
Okay, cool. Well, I've been following your work for a few years, so I know a little bit about what you've been doing, and gotta say, this is a total honor to talk to you because as a fellow content creator on a bit of a smaller scale here, what you do is just totally inspiring and motivating, so it's great to have you on. And to start, you know, you've recently relaunched your digital magazine, Tremblay. So let's talk about that project. Why a digital magazine? Why did you want to explore that medium?
Tremblay. That's actually a really funny story because this magazine actually came together by accident.
Okay.
On our first issue, we featured Scotty McCreery, who won American Idol back, I think, in season 10. So basically what had happened was I was supposed to interview Scotty in person, but with scheduling, it wasn't working out. So they were like, we can do this via email. Now, at the time, Scotty was pushing like a really great project, and I didn't want to just post a normal Q&A on my website. I wanted to kind of give him a bigger platform and kind of showcase his work in a better way. So that's when I kind of sat down, went to the drawing board, and came up with the idea for Tremblay Magazine, and that's where it was born.
And, you know, it's a free download on your website, which is great. And talk about what each magazine typically features.
Yeah, so, I mean, towards the beginning, we really put a focus on the music industry and what's up and coming as far as, like, discovering new music and who's releasing new material. You know, since then, we've had an amazing opportunity to expand and interview, you know, artists on a much larger scale, which I absolutely loved, and it's been an amazing experience so far. But yeah, it's been solely music-based so far, but we are slowly expanding into the fashion world and to actors and all that type of stuff. So we're always expanding.
Yeah. And I'm really curious personally about the process of creating this. So what goes into the making of an issue?
A lot.
Right.
But towards the beginning, the issues were coming out seasonally. So we would do summer, fall, winter, spring, and that did really well. So we decided that it was time to expand and do more of a monthly basis. So I believe in June of last year, we started releasing issues monthly through September. I took a little bit of a break just to kind of see where I was creatively, because I'm sure, as you know, as a content creator, you kind of need that time with yourself to understand where you are and what your project's going to be. And through that time, I found myself, and I found out who I was more as a creator. And yeah, that's really the process of it. It takes a lot as far as like booking the interviews and getting all the photos together. Sometimes we have shoots sent over to us, or sometimes I'm flying out to LA doing the shoots myself. So it's definitely up in the air as far as like that's concerned. But now that we're monthly, it's more of schedule based. So trying to get everything together in a month's time span is very difficult, but it's happening, and I'm excited, and it's been great so far.
And you've been doing this since the summer of 2016. The newest issue dropped at the beginning of this month. It's a double issue, so let me give you a chance to promote it specifically. What can people expect when they check it out?
Yeah, so I'm really excited because, as I said, after September, the September issue I had with Martin Garrix, I kind of wanted to take a step back and just see where I was creatively. So I was like, well, this magazine should have a meeting, and it should showcase what and who I am as a person in this industry. So I'm very passionate about finding new talent and finding artists who are up and coming and are on the rise. So this issue that just dropped in March is called the Rediscover issue, and the Rediscover issue basically showcased a bunch of my friends, which was a blast because getting to work with them and showcasing their new material was, it's kind of a moment because we're all working together and surviving in this industry, as tough as it is. So this issue's been really special and close to my heart because coming back and getting to do it with friends is so special.
Mm-hmm. You've got Rayvon Owen on the cover there. You want to name some of the other artist interviews featured?
Yeah, so Rayvon is a good friend of mine, and he was also on American Idol. And then we also have one of my other good friends, Melanie, who's featured on the cover, who just dropped her new single, Go Steady. Yeah, those two I just felt were like the perfect match for this upcoming Discover issue that we released, and it's been so great working with them.
Nice. All right. Well, the magazine is not the only thing you have going on, though. I mean, you have a whole catalog of work on YouTube, but what's some of the other content you're releasing and working on right now?
Yeah, so, I was talking about this with my manager the other day, and the fact that the magazine has become a solid foundation for my career and where I'm at right now. We decided to expand and work on some other things. So basically, you mentioned earlier, Tremblay Media is my company, and we're building it up from the ground up and trying to create a platform for artists that are up and coming. And my latest release right now is called Tremblay Now, which is basically more of a podcast style interview, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I get on the phone with artists and talk to them about what they're doing, and mostly it's like single or album based for singers. So that's where we're at right now. I just spoke with Lauren Elena last week, who is one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was so great kicking things off with her, and we're definitely going to be keeping that going as the months go on this year.
I want to talk about your journey to becoming this content creator and digital media developer. How did this become your passion?
Well, man, honestly, it's all I've ever known since a very young age. Since the age of 14, I knew I wanted to follow this path and be on this journey and be in the entertainment industry, as crazy as it sounds, because the industry is very hard and it's tough, and it's not even a 50-50 chance that you actually make it. But I learned to accept that this industry is less about the fame and more about the passion, and the passion I have for this industry and what it represents is really big. And I'm honestly trying to change the game. I'm trying to make things more positive and less more about the gossip. And I feel like you're doing that as well, which is so great. And I don't know, man, it's just really nice being on this journey and seeing how far I've come personally, because when I first started out, my stuff was terrible. But, we all grow and we all end up at certain points, and I'm really thrilled and excited to where I am right now.
Yeah. And like I said in your intro, nowadays people who want to create content, they don't have to wait for somebody to give them an opportunity. That's what you've done. So would you say that you're living your dream?
Oh, yeah, completely, man. Like, this industry is all about knocking down doors, and this is more about I'm going to create my dream from the ground up and just find my own path, because there aren't really many opportunities for, guys like us as far as like hosting and content creating. The internet has become a home for us. So thankfully, the internet has been an amazing source to creating careers like this, and I'm super grateful for it.
Right. Yeah. And you've managed to create, quite the resume for yourself, even as an interviewer. Not trying to get you to brag here or anything, but can you name drop some of the celebrities you've interviewed?
Oh man, putting me on the spot. Okay. You mentioned her earlier. Honestly, the moment that I heard I was interviewing Martina McBride was probably one of the coolest moments of my career.
Mm-hmm.
Only because she's a legend and she's been in the industry for so long, and just getting to hear her insight on the industry and what she has to offer to the next generation is just a beautiful thing to hear and to witness. And she was definitely one of my favorites. As far as like the Idol contestants, oh man, Lauren Elena, obviously a favorite. Geez, past winners, I would say Scotty McCreery is also great, same season. David Cook was a sweetheart, he's cool. And then I would have to say one of my favorite interviews of all time had to be with Martin Garrix, who was on the cover of the September issue of Tremblay. So definitely a lot.
Are there any dream interviews you still have?
Oh, God, yeah. So I will say this answer until it happens, but I am dying to interview Taylor Swift one day. She is my all-time favorite artist ever. So she's the goal.
Gotcha. Well, and then as we wrap up here, I want to get your advice to fellow/aspiring content creators. What would it be?
Push down the door. Because I have spent so much time wanting to like give up on everything I've been doing, because I have heard no's and people have told me that it's never going to work. But honestly, I would just say keep pushing, because at the end of this day, the industry is about you and how you create it. You can change the industry, and that's what people don't understand. So that's what I'm trying to do. Change the industry, man.
Very nice. And finally, got to get you to promote your social media. Where can listeners find you online and on the socials?
Yeah, man. So you can head on over to both of my websites, ZACKTREMBLAY.com and TremblayMagazine.com. And you can find me on social media at ZACK Tremblay, ZACK TREMBLAY.
ZACK Tremblay, thanks so much for being on Whitt from Whitt Radio.
Thank you, Whit. Appreciate it, man.
My next guest is Nashville recording artist LACEY CANFIELD, who's been on the Music City scene since 2012. In the time following, she's released a debut album titled Oh Tennessee and built a fan base that extends beyond the volunteer state. Currently, LACEY is working on new music, and take a listen now to her song Shade.
I could be crying, could be dying of a broken heart, but after seeing who you really are, I don't need your shade. I wanna stand in the sun. Oh, 'cause I don't need your shade. I wanna stand in the sun. Oh.
All right, so LACEY CANFIELD, welcome to Whitt from Whitt Radio.
Hi, thank you, Whit. It's good to be here.
Yeah, for sure. And I am obsessed with this song, Shade. It's an unreleased track, but there's an acoustic video on your YouTube channel. So I've heard it that way. Can't wait for it to be out and hear the recorded version. But I definitely want to start with your journey as an artist. I mentioned that you are in Nashville, but that's not where things started for you, right? You're from Minnesota.
Yes, I'm from Minnesota, and I moved to Nashville actually right out of high school, but I started singing on the worship team at my church in Minnesota. And actually, a lady came up to me at church and said, "I love your voice. My brother's a producer in Nashville. Is there any way to get a recording of your voice?" And so all I had was a recording of me singing the national anthem. So I gave that to her, and she gave it to her brother when he was home for Christmas, because he's from Minnesota too. And a year later, I got a call from them. They actually contacted my mom and said, "How soon can you get her down here? We want to meet her." So I signed an artist development deal with them and released my debut album with songs that I had written called Oh Tennessee, that was the name of the album. And so that's kind of how I got down here. I could have gone to school, came down to Nashville instead. So
that's kind of a right place at the right time situation there being discovered. So that's a cool story. And how do you like the Nashville scene? I know you're out performing a lot.
Yeah, I am. I'm just singing more, around Nashville, and I live in Franklin. And I guess what I love is just that everybody sings, everybody plays, just like in the country songs, like they say. But yeah, just music. And then I also train horses at a ranch in Franklin. I have my horse there too. And I teach riding lessons and kind of study horse psychology. And so just Music City and horse country, it's like my favorite place. So can't complain.
Nice. Well, let's talk about your passion for music, because you've got to be passionate about this to really do it. And
definitely.
When would you say that began, and how did you kind of journey from just a girl singing in church choir to being a singer-songwriter?
It just always just kind of came like naturally. I'd just always be singing constantly. And my brother would tell me to just like, be quiet, Lacey. They can't get me to be quiet. But I just know that, when I would be really shy to sing in front of people, my dad would say, Lacey, God didn't give you this gift just to keep it for yourself, but I know that I need to share it. And so there's a reason why I love to sing, so I just have always known that I just want to somehow help people and use my voice and write songs. I have a heart for like young girls, and I want to write songs that they can connect with and they can learn from. With guys and this and that, there's a lot to handle. Life is a lot. And so, yeah, that's kind of my heart.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely hear that young girl inspiration in your songwriting for sure, from what I've heard. And as far as your musical style goes, the album you have out leans more towards the country side of things.
Yeah.
But I know now your Instagram bio says pop soul. So where are you at now with your musical style?
Yes. So right now, yes, you're right. Back then, it was more country. I think I thought too that, if you come down to Nashville, you just like have to do country music. But my favorite singer when I was little was Brooke Fraser, and she's more of a Christian artist, but she's from New Zealand, and she has this really cool voice. And ever since I was little, my grandma and grandpa, my Mimi and Papa, that's what I call them, they would always play big band music and just like jazz, blues, soul, and all of that. That's how I grew up. And so before the country sort of album that I did a Christmas album. And so those were songs that my producer just said, hey, can you sing an a cappella version just of 6 of your favorite Christmas songs and send them to us? And then they built all the tracks around my a cappella versions of it. And so that album is called Be a Light. And that's really me. Like, I would say that's really my voice. More just everyone's always said to me ever since I was little, like, you've got soul in your voice. And so I've just always gone back to that. And that kind of music makes me so happy. I listen to Corinne Bailey Rae, like Van Morrison, even Norah Jones is so inspiring, and even like John Mayer and Colby Calais that have like little hints of it,
Mm-hmm.
and just like anything Motown kind of thing, like we've listened to it my whole life. That music just makes me happy. And so I want to sing and play and write anything that just makes me happy, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Those are some of your musical influences there that you're mentioning. And as far as your songs and songwriting process, how does that typically go for you?
Yeah, I don't really know what my process is exactly. Sometimes it comes in different ways, but I like to write with certain people. There's certain people that inspire me. I can't write with everybody. I like writing by myself, but if I connect with a certain person, I know I can bring them like my chorus or something. Like, how can we come up with a good verse for this? And then it'll blend. But yeah, I kind of go after what feels right and what makes me happy. So
co-writing's huge in Nashville, so I'm sure you're getting to do a lot of that there.
Yeah.
Are you down for a little lightning round to get to know you a little better? So this is called a Whitt from Whitt minute. I'm going to set a minute on my phone here on the timer. And we're starting now. Favorite holiday?
Oh my gosh, Christmas.
Favorite emoji?
The orange heart.
Dream vacation?
Oh, to go to Italy.
Guilty pleasure TV show?
Oh, friends. All the time.
Something you couldn't live without.
Oh, my dog.
Favorite season.
Okay, summer in Minnesota, but not here in Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, it's hot. Favorite movie.
Oh, Rocky.
Celebrity crush.
The young Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
Channing Tatum.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite food.
Oh, pizza.
Favorite color.
Okay, I have 3, red, orange, and yellow.
All right, favorite place to shop.
Goodwill.
Okay, favorite ice cream flavor.
Chocolate.
Hidden talent.
Oh, it's hidden talent. Oh my gosh. I can ride my horse without a bridle.
Okay, so that's the minute. And to wrap up, Lacey, I'm going to let you promote your social media. Where can listeners find you online? And also, where can they find your music?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at LACEY CANFIELD or Facebook, LACEY CANFIELD, Twitter. Let's see, you can go to my website, LACEYCANFIELD.com, and I post a lot of updates just about, shows, and I post a lot of videos on Instagram, Facebook. My music you can find on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon.com, or just go to my website. That's kind of mostly where you can find everything. So
Sure, and you got a lot of live performances coming up in Middle Tennessee, so my listeners should go check you out online and in person at those performances. Lacey Canfield, thanks so much for being on Whitt from Whitt Radio.
Thank you so much, Whit. This has been really fun. Thanks again.
All right, and I'm going to play another clip of your music now. This is from Naturally.
I came across a road that leads to you. It's clear as a day. I wanna go your way. There's nothing I can do. I'm drawn to you. So naturally, can't make it up, babe. Oh, can't make it up, babe. I came across a road that leads to you. Thank you.
And finally today, it's time for a little Whitt Chat. So joining me for some topical conversation is my friend MICHAEL LINN WHITE. Hey, MICHAEL LINN.
What's up, Whit?
Hey. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to have you on to do this.
This is everything.
Our first little topic here, MICHAEL LINN, and I've picked these topics out just because they work for you specifically. And this is called Pics or It Didn't Happen. Are you familiar with this notion?
I might be a little bit familiar with that.
Uh-huh. So what it means is you can't go anywhere or do anything without taking a picture and posting it on social media. Otherwise, it didn't really happen. You do this all the time. We can't go anywhere and not take a picture with you.
Absolutely not. I mean, why would you waste a good time? You've got a cute outfit on, you're there with your peeps. Like, you have to document it.
Yes, but sometimes though, oh my goodness, we'll be at a restaurant and MICHAEL LINN will get the waitress or the waiter to take our picture and it's like, no, stop. Come on, Mom. Stop embarrassing us.
Oh my God. I don't know why y'all are embarrassed. And that's why last time we were together and we were taking a picture and you were like, we're taking a selfie. We're not getting someone else to take it. I'm like, there's 5 perfectly good people around that would be happy to take our picture.
No, it's good. It's good. But I think there's a larger kind of idea here. Do we always have to document every single thing in our lives? And we probably shouldn't, but in some way, like, I don't post that often on Instagram. I certainly don't post as much as you do. But I feel like if I go do something that's kind of special, I really do have to take a picture. Like, I recently went to the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama with some friends. And a big part of that day was just us taking the right picture. We took it twice. We took this picture at this one spot that was a good photo op. We didn't like it, so we went back later and took the picture again. It can kind of have an impact on your day if you let it, I guess. But, Instagram, you gotta have a good pic.
You got to do it for the gram. Yes, you have to have a good pic.
Yeah, do it for the gram,
Sometimes there's a time, take a picture and then let it go. Like people who are constantly on their phone where you can't even enjoy the moment, like that's not fun. But when you're with your friends, absolutely take a picture. And that way you can always look back and say, oh, look at this cute pic when we were together a year ago. So, and it's not embarrassing.
Anything like that is not embarrassing anymore because everybody else is doing it too. So
everybody's doing it and I'm living for it. I don't know. I like it. When I see someone across the room and they're like doing a Snapchat, I'm like, they're snapping or they're taking a pic. How cute. I don't know.
But let me ask this. What did you do, back in the day, Michael Lynn, before the iPhone was a thing, before selfies were a thing? Did you have a little digital camera like I did?
Yes, I had a little silver camera. I had a little pink camera. You had to make sure you or somebody had a camera on you to take a pic.
We got to talk about disposable cameras because we had those. You remember those little things?
I'm hoping that those disposable cameras come back because that was everything. We would be like, oh my God, somebody forgot a camera. We got to stop by the gas station and get a camera. And you best believe if somebody was using your disposable camera and you heard that last click when you scrolled to get to the next picture, you had to like scroll over. It's like, oh my God, you just used all my pictures.
I don't know if those will make a comeback, but I'm loving the Polaroid trend that's been going on for a few years, though.
I'm cool with that. I love a Polaroid. So
shake it like a Polaroid.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Yes.
Yes.
Come on, shake it, shake it.
Another big conversation kind of in the same territory, FOMO. It stands for fear of missing out. Do you have this, Michael Lynn?
Yeah. I have the worst FOMO constantly. Like, I literally texted a friend of mine that the other day because I couldn't do something. Well, we had planned to do something and ended up not being able to make it. And I literally texted those words. I was like, oh my gosh, how is everything going? Because I have FOMO right now.
I think as a news person or like someone who keeps up with everything that's going on in the world, like if I feel like I missed out on a news story that happened or don't know the details about it, does that bother you? Because you were a journalism student too.
I have FOMO with news stories. I have FOMO with my friends doing random things. Like it's a problem.
And if I see something on social media where it's, oh, I didn't go to that, or oh, I wanted to go to that and I didn't, it just, it bugs me till no end. So, and sometimes I'll just go do it, even if I don't want to, just because later I don't want to have that feeling.
The anticipated FOMO makes you get out and deal with life.
Another thing that we both probably are a little too into is memes, Michael Lynn. I am constantly sending you a meme, but I know you live for a meme.
It is my favorite thing in the world is a meme. I will sit up on Instagram until 2 a.m. looking at freaking memes.
Because they're too funny sometimes.
It's funny because you have public memes that you can tag, and then you have memes that is your friend or it's you, but you don't need the public to know, so you private message it or you screenshot it and send it to your friend.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't need everyone knowing that I relate to this meme, but it's too good, so I have to send it to Whit.
Yeah. How would you describe a meme, though? Like, what is a meme?
God, how do you describe a meme, and why is it even called that? I don't know.
It's like a picture or something funny, and then you put some words to it, or you can come up with your own wording that relates to the picture, I guess. So, yeah. It's like a caption.
Yeah, a caption, but super funny. Yeah, that's a good question. How do you describe a meme to like an old person who has no clue what it is?
I don't know.
I sent my mom a meme, and I thought she would love it. And it took all the fun out of it because I had to send like 5 subsequent messages explaining what all the meme slang was in it. And I was like, it's not even funny anymore.
I'm just looking through the memes I've sent you recently, Michael Lynn. I sent you one that says, "Do you exercise? I walk daily." Oh, nice. Whispers with the Lord.
Yes. Walking with the Lord. Yes, that's all the exercise I need. Okay.
Here's another one that's good. It says, "I lost my car chapstick and now my book bag chapstick is in my room and my room chapstick is in my car and my whole life's out of whack." Relatable. My chapsticks always get lost.
Did you send that to me?
I think so.
Because I'm like, that is my life. Oh my God, that is my life. I guess I missed that one.
And then, I know I sent this one to you. "Yeah, breakups suck, but have you ever left your to-go box on the table at a restaurant?" Well, Michael Lynn, that brings us to the end of a Whitt Chat. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me. This was so fun.
Michael Lynn White, everybody. Bye, Michael Lynn.
Bye, Whit. Well, I'll be tagging you on a meme later.